I gotta say, this is quite scary because I'm a little bit camera shy. I'm not used to talking to a camera at all, so I'm sorry if I'm a little bit awkward in this. But yeah, this is just my natural makeup tutorial, like my everyday, just natural, what you'd wear to work. And why am I holding this? But yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna start off with some MAC Prep and Prime to just prime my skin. It's really refreshing. That's coconut one. I'm using the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. I've used a few pumps of that. It's gonna give me enough coverage. It's good for my skin because I've got oily skin, but it dries matte, but it still looks radiant, so it still looks quite natural. So I'm using my Zoeva 104 buffer brush to apply that, and I just start in the nose and I just blend it to cover my whole face evenly as you do. Just make sure you get it on the ears as well. Make sure it's blended into the neck nicely so it doesn't leave like a big line. Always look closely at like places where foundation creases, like around the nose, like where you sort of, you know what I mean, like around here, these bits, whatever they're called. I'm going to start applying a bit of concealer. I don't have any wipes here. I got these from Kmart. I think they were like $1 for this packet of 30 wipes. These are just antibacterial wipes, fragrance free. I use them to take off my makeup. They're so convenient, they're so cheap. You just leave them in every room of your house, you know, like at your makeup desk, in your bathroom, wherever you do anything that involves mess, basically. Even like keep them in your handbag. And we're going to use the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. It doesn't say, it's just a basic paddle brush. I like using these for concealer. So just put that on the eyelid, cover your under eye circles, a bit on your nose. I like to use it to sort of contour my nose because I do have quite a big nose, and I just like to do a line to make it appear just a little bit smaller. At least I think it looks smaller anyway, but it might look a bit different on camera. Who knows? I'm just using my phone camera because I can't really afford to buy a camera at the moment. But if I do get into this whole YouTube thing and I enjoy it, then yeah, I will think about investing into a camera. So just blend that out. Make sure it's all blended, obviously. So now that I've completely blended out all my concealer, I'm just gonna wipe the excess of that same wipe off my hand. And I'm going to contour, and I'm going to use my Zoeva 126 Luxe, I think that's how you say it, Luxe Cheek Finish. So I use this for my contouring, my bronzing and blush. And I'm using the Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette. So I just put that like on my cheeks. Just a quick tip, I've already done it. But when you're doing your cheeks, I like to just smile and like put a little bit down here just to form like a cheek shape, if that makes sense. Like just to make my cheeks appear a little bit more fuller. So when I smile, my cheeks are really full on, looks like I'm blushing, and that's the kind of thing that I personally want. And just apply a little bit on. I apply a little bit on the forehead. For me, like how you contour, it does depend on your face shape. I just like to contour a little bit under the chin because I do have a little bit of a double chin going on, but not anything major. For my nose, I'm not sure if this is what you're supposed to do. I use my Zoeva 225, I think, smudger brush. The writing's just a little bit smeared off, so I'm not actually sure, but I think that's what it is. And I just like to apply it like how my nose naturally goes. It doesn't look too fake. I just apply it from my natural bone shape, and when it gets to the bottom my nose gets a little bit fatter, so I just like to make it look like it's the same width the whole way down. You don't have to contour your nose, like I just do it because I just want my nose to appear a little bit smaller, that's all. But obviously if you don't want to do this, that is absolutely fine. So that is done. I think my nose does look a little bit smaller. It doesn't make a huge difference, but it just makes me feel a little bit less self-conscious about my nose, I guess, because yeah. So I'm going to start doing the eyebrows now. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, however you say it, in soft brown. And I'm using Zoeva 317 wing liner. I thought this was for eyebrows. I use it for eyebrows. I didn't know it was for winged eyeliner, but you know, whatever. And I'm using, because mine's a little bit dry because I left the lid off it for a bit, so I'm just using some MAC Fix Plus. I'm gonna spray a bit on my brush just to make the product come out. I use quite a bit of it. I'm just gonna fill my eyebrows out how they are. I'm not going to make them a new shape. I'm just going to apply them, you know, as they are shaped at the moment. So that's my eyebrows done. They're nice and natural, just what I'm looking for. And I'm just gonna start to bronze now. So I'm using the same contour palette as I was using before, but I'm using the dark cocoa shade instead of the medium contour. Just bronze, you know, where I would put my highlighter, just where the sun naturally would hit the face, just on the temples as well. It just looks so much more natural, and I just like to put a little bit on the nose just so it blends in with the rest of the face, and just a little bit under here. So that's the bronzing all done. Now we're going to start with the eyes. For the eyes, it really is quite simple. I use this palette. Well, I use medium cocoa, and I'm using the 223 Luxe Crease Brush by Zoeva, and I just apply it into the crease. I like to lift my eye up. I'm doing the same with the other eye. Like, this is really easy. I feel like this is a really good tutorial for beginners to follow because it's so simple. Like, the eyeshadow isn't too complicated. It's just simple 3-shadow look. So that's the crease contour shade done for the eyes. Now for the lid, I'm using this shade by Colourpop. I got Fix Plus all over, I just had to wipe it off. And it is called, I actually don't know what it's called, but and I don't know how to take it out, but it's just this shade here. It's a bit messy, better probably clean it up. And to add a little bit of extra, like, boom, to the shade, I'm just using a bit of Fix Plus. I just applied that onto the brush, and I'm going to put that onto the lid. I'm just going to pack it on, and as you can see, you can't really see it on this camera, but I will show you once I'm finished what it looks like after I've done the highlight. For the highlight, I'm using the Too Faced, I'm going to use this on my cheeks as well after I've done the blush, Love Light Prismatic Highlighter. I don't think it says the name of the shade on here. No, I don't think it does. No, not even on the inside. So I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this is the lightest shade anyway, of course, for me. I'm going to use the same brush that I was using for the lid. Spray it with some Fix Plus and just pick it onto the brow bone. I just do it with the arches. It just gives my eyebrows a lift, which is what I'm looking for. I don't really apply it anywhere else because I do like that lift. And then just put some just in the inner corner, and I'm going to apply the, here it is, the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara, just a few coats of that. I like to pack it on, like I won't lie, I really like, even for a natural everyday look, I just like lots of mascara because it just makes my eyes look so pretty, so out there. So that's both the eyes done. Now I'll do a little close-up. That's what they look like close up. So now we're nearly finished actually. We're nearly finished. We've only got a few more steps to go. So I'm using the Colourpop Prenup Super Shock Cheek Blush. And I'm just going to apply that. I always smile when I do my blush because just so I know, you know, when I smile, like I said before, it doesn't look scary or anything. And for the highlight, I'm using the same Too Faced one I was using before. And I'm using the Colourpop highlighting brush. I'm not going to add any Fix Plus because I do still want it to look quite natural. I just use it on the eyes because I do like the eyes to pop out. And just apply it where you put the bronzer. And see, look at that. And I just apply a little bit on my temples. And my skin looks super glowy. I'm nearly finished. This is like the last step now. Nah, second to last step actually. I'm using the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Finders Keepers. I'm really bad at applying these lipsticks. So this is the finished look. I'm just going to use some Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. It's my favorite setting spray that I've used. I've only used like 2 setting sprays, so I don't really know if that counts, but out of the 2 that I've used, this is probably my favorite. This is now the completed look. So yeah, this is now the completed look to my face. If you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up and also feel free to subscribe. If you guys did like my video though, I will upload more. I've got a few ideas in my head already to what I want to upload, the kind of looks I want to do. If you've got any ideas for looks you want to see, just leave a comment. Thank you for watching and have an awesome day.